So Fastly. I would like to mention that because Fastly, our partner, amazing CDN, had an outage a couple of weeks back.
Unexpected, of course, right? I mean, what outages?
Right after you said 100% uptime.
Exactly.
Exactly.
That was
like, it was like a week after, wasn't it? Like that show shipped, and like the very next week, Fastly outage. And it was global outage too.
It was global. Half the internet broke. It was the biggest Fastly outage that I am aware of. So what that made me realize is that Fastly is great when it works. And when it doesn't affect just us, affects everybody. Everybody. BBC was down. And that's a big one. Like BBC being down. Emojis were down on the whole internet.
No.
That was unexpected.
Oh,
Wait. Tell me more. How were emojis down for the whole internet? Doesn't make sense.
Well, apparently the assets that were served by AWS had something to do with it. I don't know exactly which capacity, but AWS was serving certain emoji assets, and Fastly was part of that. And emojis stopped working for Slack. So I think in the Slack setup somewhere, I mean, everybody uses Slack, right? To communicate these days because everybody's at home these days, or most of us are at home these days. So you couldn't use emojis in Slack anymore. They stopped working.
That makes more sense than emojis just stopped working globally across the entire, world of devices. But yeah, inside
sensational.
Slack.
It's news. It has to be sensational.
Well, most importantly, we were down. So most importantly to us. So
Yes.
the BBC being down, tragic, terrible for lots of people. But for us specifically, we were down. And that was the worst part about it, wasn't it?
For us, yes. And for all the listeners. Right. And interestingly, during this time, our origin, the backend to Fastly, was up. It didn't have an issue. So this month, I got the report. We were down for 21 minutes because of that. So 99.96% uptime.
So you had a cutover, though. You turned off Fastly, basically, right?
Yes. Jumped in, switched Fastly. Basically, I rerouted traffic. So DNS update and changelog.com would start resolving directly to the Linode host, to the Linode load balancer, node balancer. And Fastly was basically taken out of the picture. But because of how DNS is cached, it took a couple of more minutes to propagate. But that was it. And CDN as well, rerouted it. I was basically chilling. It was like a day off. It was a great one. I was like in the garden. It was sunny.
Chilling.
It was
Just
perfect.
basically chilling.
There's nothing you can do, right?
Yeah, as you do, exactly. And then the phone started like going off like crazy.